that extend their return on investment by a year, by 2 years. So it's an iterative process, no? And remember, I also mentioned looking at your franchisees and your own financial side by side. Based on the services that you will provide, no? Support and the services you will provide, is 3% sufficient, is 5% sufficient? So it's actually taking a look at several factors together before coming up with one number.
Thank you.
Thanks. There was another question. Yes, sir. By the way, this is Lito Samson, our senior operations consultant at FranCorp.
Before you mention about the hiring consultant when you start franchising, if I want to be the consultant with my company myself, do you have other actually this seminar just give us the bird's eye view on what to do in starting franchising. But if you have extensive education regarding franchising, what to do about the manual and everything.
If you wanted to learn more about franchising, there is a course, more extensive course on becoming a franchise professional. It's a certified franchise executive program. That's it's like a mini masters, no?
Under CHED?
It's actually
under Tesla CHED or something, PRC.
It's offered by the PFA, and it's every year the PFA brings in franchise professionals from the US and other countries to conduct the CFE, and at the end of once you've earned all the credits, you earn the certified franchise executive title, no? So that's one way to do it, no? To undergo those seminars that lead to being a CFE.
Okay, so you have these available seminars.
Yes, it's seminars and courses. Some of the programs you can, I think you can take in the US. Some you can take online.
How about here in the Philippines?
I think there are some schools that are offering franchise courses as well. I think there are courses in UANP and in Ateneo and that are offering franchise subjects as part of their curriculum. All right. Does that answer your question, or? Does that answer your question, or?
More extensive. Magulo kasi.
Magulo. Okay.
Yeah. Kasi actually, when I entered into this room, I thought primarily that I will do franchising after. Once you talk about the operations manual and everything, including the financing, it's too extended, it's too broad.
Okay.
So hindi ma-digest ng ordinary.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the purpose of the seminar is really to give you an idea of what the development process is like, and what are the considerations you need to think about, especially as business owners or management of those businesses, no? So I also talked about some of the concerns, some of the recommendations, so that you'll be able to have a better perspective on the development itself, no? So I guess if it was marketed so that you'll be able to develop the program on your own at the end, then I apologize, and that wasn't the intention, no? So it just gives people a better handle for what is involved in franchise development and what are some of the more important issues when you are actually involved in franchise development. Yes. Yes, miss.
You mentioned that normally on the contracts it's like 5 years. What will happen like on the second year you mentioned this also that maybe the franchisee doesn't want to continue and want to sell the franchise. Does it mean that next person doesn't have to pay us any more amount if in case that we would like to award him the continuity of the franchise agreement?
Okay. First of all, the 5 years is an example. There can be 3 years, it can be 4. When a franchisee wants to sell, the new franchisee now has to pay transfer fee, no? Meaning a transfer fee. So the new franchisee has to pay that to you as the franchisor.
Franchisor. Okay.
Yes, the transfer fee. Yes. Remember that when we talked about franchise fee earlier, and each time you have a new franchisee, you have to train them, you have to do due diligence,
True.
and many of these costs, many of these activities, you have to do again for the new franchisee. That's why it's totally justified that you will charge a portion of that in the transfer fee when a new franchisee will come in.
Yeah, and on the time that they finish 5 years and they will renew, so is there a certain fee? What is the market like? Because initial is initial. So on the renewal, how much is the normal market amount that the franchisor charge to the renewing franchisee?
So how much is the renewal fee? No?
Normally, what's
Okay.
the market price?
What we do is in the franchise agreement, what we say is the franchisor may charge a renewal fee of up to this much. No? We don't specify the exact amount
Yeah.
because if you look at the activities of the franchise fee, many of those activities, many of those expenses, you will not incur anymore during renewal. No?
True, yeah.
You don't have to train them again. You don't have to do
have to
site
rebuild.
evaluation. You don't have to do design for the store. So the renewal fees are usually not as substantial. No? So some franchisors decide not to charge a renewal fee anymore.
Okay.
But to give them flexibility, what we do is we put in the agreement that upon renewal, the franchisor may charge a franchise fee, but we put a cap as to how much the franchisor may decide during renewal.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please. Sige, kung marinig naman.
I have a couple of questions because we went earlier to the expo downstairs, and while you were there, I was talking to some of the companies that are offering their companies for franchise, and asked them about the royalty fees. There was one particular spa that offered a fixed royalty rate at a fixed amount, and it wasn't at the percentage of the sales of that branch per month. I was wondering about your insights about that practice, and if that's something that because we're in the service industry, and among the things that we can consider, I was wondering if you'd recommend that practice as opposed to the percentage of sales.
Percentage. Actually, there's the more common is really the percentage. The problem with the fixed amount is that if the franchisee does really well, then the franchisor doesn't benefit. If they are doing less than what they should be, then they still have to pay the same amount. No? So in a way, it is not sensitive to how the franchisee is doing. So so in that case, it's like however you're performing, I need to get this amount. So but that's done in cases where it's very difficult to monitor the sales of the franchisee, and you have no other recourse but to impose a fixed fee. No? For example, we worked with some water refilling concepts before, and it was very difficult for them to determine exactly how much output was done, to form basis for sales. So in those cases, then it could be done. But as much as possible, if